Good morning, you guys. It is Phoebe Esme, and I am so glad to be here. You guys are tuning into the very first episode of Not Back America, Worldwide Current News, and we are going to go ahead and get into it. For this week's current events from June 12th to the 14th, the first one running up on our list, we have Trump's own indictment shows that the critical evidence came from his own lawyer that was hired previously when he was in the Justice Department. When he was subpoenaed to show the classified documents. And then also at Mar-a-Lago, he could also be a key witness in the trial. So it really sounds like Trump is receiving what we call karma. It does really in terms of, because how does your own defense team, the own team that you hired, how does that end up submitting more crucial evidence against you? For our next thing on the docket, we have Trump pleaded not guilty to ordering secret evidence and classified information that hold military top secrets, and he was going to try, so he pleaded basically not guilty to holding evidence that military secrets, and he was basically going to try to scheme the government to end up getting them back from him, basically, if he did end up having to give them up. The next docket, which is 2 college students and a third person, were slain in the streets in the English city of Nottingham early in the morning in attacks on Tuesday. The suspect mowed 3 people down with a van, leaving 1 in critical condition. This is in Nottingham, in the UK. But yeah, that's crazy. There's really nothing I can say on that. Like, child, I hope they do the time, because what? I don't know. I just feel like if your first thing to think when you get angry is to kill people, especially in a disagreement, you should probably just go get anger management first, and seriously get some help, because that should not be your first reaction. Seriously. But it's not even just a cultural thing. It's just so normalized in human behavior in general. On our next docket, we have transgender and non-binary people are usually pushed to the side at Pride, but this year seems to be a new thing, and it seems to be turning over in a new leaf. We have in the Nebraska state, they are taking over with many celebrations and showing love to as many transgender communities and non-binary communities as they can, as the state is trying to pass as many attacks in terms of legislation against trans people and non-binary people as well. So shout out to Nebraska for still celebrating throughout that. Like I always say, be louder, be prouder, and we are going to get through this. We've been through, troubling times like this before, and I'm going to keep pushing through. So shout out to all my dogs out there, and shout out to all my non-binary people as well. I love you guys. For the next thing on the docket, we have Putin hints of new effort to gain territory over in Ukraine after cross-border strike. Putin threatened to offer more troops to take over more land in Ukraine as a way to control the border. Basically, he threatened, as of Tuesday, to offer more troops to come down in the Ukrainian area and take over more land to control the border, because there was a strike prior last week on the border. So they just, he's basically retaliating off of that. I don't know. 9 to 10 people wounded in the mass shooting on Tuesday in Denver, Colorado, where the Nuggets won their first NBA title. And people were celebrating in this area, and shots were fired, I guess because people were upset about this individual, these people or group of people celebrating. And if your natural reaction in disputes is to kill somebody, you are insane and you should probably get help. With gun laws, I think I'm gonna always say gun laws need to be tighter. That doesn't mean your guns need to be taken away. That just means we need to make sure that crazy people aren't having guns. Like, that's it. That's all. Point blank period. Next up, we have truckloads of villagers on Tuesday fled Philippine communities close to the erupting Milano volcano, traumatized by the sight of red lava flowing and also the sporadic blast of ash. I don't really know what to say other than, just sending huge prayers out to the Philippines and their communities, because they have a lot of natural disasters that they have to put up with in this. Next thing on the docket is 22 American troops were injured in the northern eastern Syria in a helicopter accident, and luckily there was no enemy fire that was involved, so this was just a freak accident that happened. There hasn't been any updates on the troops and if they have gotten any treatment or anything, but so far we just know they were injured, so hopefully they do get their treatment and they are all right. And now we are going to be moving on to a new segment that I'm adding that is called Not a Queer Person. And this is obviously just going to be giving you guys a rundown and weekly news on the crimes committed against children and who's the people committed them, so you guys are aware.
The Philadelphia Inquiry reported that a Staten Island, a former priest already accused in a lawsuit of sexually abusing a minor in New York, pleaded no contest to several charges in Pennsylvania Friday in connection to abuse allegations more than a decade ago. Reverend James Garisto, 74, pleaded no contest to charges of corruption of a minor and indecent assault after a man came forward accusing the priest of touching him inappropriately at a Fishtown, Pennsylvania home between 2006 and 2010 when he was 15 years old, according to the report. CBS 6 reports Cornwall man arrested for child rape in Albany County investigation. On June 1, 2023, state police received information that an adult man had sexual contact with a child. The investigation determined that John Kyle B. Dizon, 23, of Cornwall, reportedly had sexual contact with a child less than 13 years old in April of 2022 while in Bethlehem. Ooh. I-13 News reports St. Albans firefighter charged with sexual assault. A St. Albans firefighter was arraigned Monday for allegedly sexually assaulting a minor, according to Kanawha County Sheriff's Office. 49-year-old Boyd Poth III of St. Albans is accused of sexually assaulting a family friend for around 1.5 years. They said Poth would pick the child up from school, stay overnight at Poth's house, feed them, and then take them on trips. The I-13 News spoke to the victim's mother, who said Pops was a family friend that she's known for 23 years when her 12-year-old daughter came about alleged abuse these 2 weeks ago. The fire department said that the firefighter was placed on administrative leave and quote-unquote no longer employed as of June 8th. St. Albans Mayor Scott James told I-13 News he was unable to comment at this time due to an ongoing investigation. Poff is charged with first-degree sexual assault, first-degree sexual abuse, and sexual abuse by a guardian, custodian, person of a minor. Former youth pastor sentenced to 25 years in state prison for online sexual exploitation of young men. June 12, 2023, Burlington County Prosecutor Lucia L. Bradshaw announced that Paul Mary Mann, who pled guilty to using social media to coerce underage boys into sending him nude pictures and videos, then using that material to blackmail his victims into performing sexual acts on themselves for his enjoyment, was sentenced today to 25 years in state prison. Sean Higgins, 32, committed the crimes in 2020 while serving as the youth pastor and music leader at Harbor Baptist Church in Hainesport. He was also a teacher at the Harbor Baptist Academy, a private K-12 school that is housed in the same facility. Higgins pled guilty earlier this year to 4 counts of endangering the welfare of children, 3 first-degree and 1 third-degree, and it says each count was represented as a separate charge.
And we are back. Thank you guys so much for watching Now That's America. That was the first episode, and I can't wait to see you guys back next week. Mwah!